my channel. I don't know about you, but I am super excited for the Summer Olympics that are coming up so soon. I'm curious, are you excited about them? And if you are, what is your favorite event? Tell me in the comments below. I'm gonna tell you mine in a minute. But to celebrate the Olympics, I want to share with you some wonderful picture books all about famous Olympians, whether present or past, and I think your students will really love them. But first, if you're new here, my name is Sara. I show up on this channel every week with read aloud tips and book ideas that you can take back into your classroom right away. If that sounds like something you're interested in, give this video a thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button down below so you don't miss a video. Okay, so let's talk about the Olympics. This year, they are being held in Tokyo, and I believe they're still being referred to as the Tokyo 2020 Olympics because they were supposed to be held last year and we all know that didn't happen. But this year, 2021, they are being held in Tokyo and they are starting on Friday, July 23rd and they run through August 8th. So whether you're in school and you have students to read aloud to, or you're at home over summer break and you have your own kids at home, I have some great picture books to share with you all about some famous Olympians either from the past or that are competing this year. Let's dive into them. So I asked you what your favorite Olympic event was. Mine is the women's soccer. I love watching the women's soccer play. I have for years. I was a soccer player in high school and I just love watching how much goes into them playing. So the first book that I have is Winners Never Quit by Mia Hamm, one of the most well-known female soccer players. And this is a true story about Mia herself when she was a young girl. She loves to play soccer and her favorite is when she scores a goal and everyone cheers for her. But she learns that if she doesn't score a goal, she doesn't get those cheers. That's not quite as fun. And whenever she loses, Mia wants to quit. She doesn't want to play anymore. But her siblings encourage her and tell her that winners never quit, that they keep trying and they get back up again, that even though they lose, it's still part of the game. This is a great book that addresses the emotional side of sports in a way for even young kids to really understand. And it talks about how to deal with a loss without getting angry or upset and how to get back up again when you're not doing well. It talks about how to be a good teammate and to show perseverance, and that by doing that, you will be a true winner. So this is not only a great book about a famous athlete or about the popular game of sports, but how to work hard at something that you love. A great one to share with your students before the Olympics. The next book that I have is Wilma Unlimited, and I know I have this book somewhere in my house and I just cannot find it. But it is a wonderful read aloud to share with your students. It is a little bit on the longer side, so you may want to break it up, but it shares the inspiring story of Wilma Rudolph. Wilma Rudolph was a Black Olympic runner who overcame so many challenges in her life to earn the medals that she did at the Olympics. At the age of 5, she was struck with polio and doctors said that she would never walk again. So not only did Wilma walk again, but she ran all the way to the Olympics and became the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in 1 Olympic game. Not only did she overcome the challenges of polio, but she also faced resistance as a female and as an African American. This book really shares important knowledge of racism, sexism, and prejudice against people with disabilities. A powerful book to share with your students before the Olympic Games begin. The next book that I want to share is a brand new book, so new that none of the libraries around me had it yet. But if you can't get it at the library yet, it is available on Amazon, or add it to your list so that you can read it later on. This one is called Sakamoto Swim Club. In this picture book, we learn the little-known story of a dedicated teacher who coached Hawaiian swimmers, some all the way to the Olympics. In the 1930s, the children of Maui sugar plantation workers were entertaining themselves by playing in the irrigation ditches, and they were told to get out, but they had nowhere to go. So this science teacher decides to take responsibility for them, and he decides to coach them on how to swim because they love being in the water so much. He uses his science background to come up with and create innovative coaching techniques. And throughout the story, we see how amazing these Hawaiian swimmers become. This book is filled with limited rhyming text and stunning artwork, and it shares some important lessons that were learned, such as perseverance, believing in yourself, how one person can make such a difference, and taking pride in your own heritage. This is a great story to share with your students as a read aloud. The next story also comes out of Hawaii, and this one is Surfer of the Century. This is an engaging biography of pioneering surfer Duke Kahanamoku. In 1912, he won an Olympic gold medal for swimming, but his true passion was surfing. Throughout this story, we learn how his life was defined by the spirit of aloha and what that truly means. That aloha means love, and he shares how he loved his community and his friends and his family. Aloha means grace. He was an athlete, and he showed great sportsmanship as an Olympic medalist. Aloha means compassion, and he used his skills to teach others, to create life-saving innovations, and to break color barriers. Aloha means kindness, and he embodies this in his role as ambassador for Hawaii. So this is an amazing book to share with your students about an Olympic gold medalist. And the last picture book that I have is about a current Olympian. This one is Flying High, the story of gymnastics champion Simone Biles. And this is a lyrical picture book biography of her childhood and how she grew up in foster care and was eventually adopted by her grandparents. It shares how she faced some struggles early on in her life and how her diligent training and perseverance led to her eventual success. And I think it's important for students to see this kind of behind the scenes. They see Olympians and how amazing they are, but it's important to see how much work goes into that as well. A great book to share with your students about an Olympian who will be competing in this year's Summer Games. I hope that you'll get to pick up some of these books to share either in your classroom with your students or with kids at home. It's so much fun to watch the Summer Olympic Games, but it's important that students understand how much hard work and dedication goes into becoming an athlete of this level. And each one of these books shows that perseverance, that dedication that goes into becoming the professional athletes that these people are. And I know that with each book, they will walk away with a better understanding of what it means to be an Olympian, and they'll have a greater appreciation as they watch the Olympic Games at home. If you have any other books that you love about Olympic athletes, leave a comment down below to share with us so that we can add to our collection and read some wonderful books aloud to our students. I hope that this video was helpful for you. If it was, give it a thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, because I'll be back next Sunday night with more read aloud tips and book ideas for you to take into your classroom. Have a great week. Friday, Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I asked you what your favorite Olympic, so the first book that I have is upside down. Unique